If you are looking for aesthetic stationery that are also highly functional, here are 10 items that will actually help you journal. Hi friends! My name is Tianhe and I'm a journaling artist. I've been journaling from the age of 5 and I truly believe that it is one of the best acts of self-care that you can do. To quote James Clear, people who seem to stick to good habits with ease are often benefiting from an environment that makes those behaviors easier. So choosing even just 2 items that you love, that you spend time searching for, or items that have sentimental value to you, can really be a nice and loving gesture towards yourself and make your journaling moment one that you enjoy and even crave for. So today I'd like to share with you 10 of my favorite stationery items, and I really hope that it will help you journal. Okay, first item is the Kaweco Sport Fountain Pen. I wrote with fountain pens throughout primary school and middle school and high school, I think. I've just got back into them 2 years ago, and it is nice. It gives you this natural gradient or natural variation in colors on your paper because the ink is not laying on the paper the same way. So it gives you this very textured look on your journal. But actually, when I write with these fountain pens, I feel like, there is a sound to it when you write with a nib on the paper. So it's kind of romanticized. Wait, what? Like the moment that you journal is kind of romanticized. It gives you this another level of pleasure because it's not only visual but also the sound and also the feel, because the paper has this feedback on the nib. I really love these because they are not only really high quality but also affordable. The body is plastic and the nib is, I think, stainless steel. They glide really well, but they also have this feedback. These are German fountain pens, so the nib sizes compared to the Asian ones, they are a little bit broader. So for example, if you get a fine Japanese nib, it would be equivalent to a fine medium European nib. So just keep that in mind. I really love these, and they are really small and really light. You can put them anywhere. It's light, so you don't really get cramps and you don't get tired of writing with them. I tend to write pretty fast or pretty hard on the paper, like the really heavy metal bodies. They're too heavy for me and I get hand cramps. So if you're like me, they have really cute colors. I highly recommend you try and have fun picking the color. That's what I'm saying. Next, we have the Pentel Brush Touch. Pentel Sign Pen Touch. Does it have touch in? No, brush sign pen. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Wait, huh? Pentel Sign Pen Touch. Oh yeah, sign pen. So there's no Fude Touch. Huh? Why? I think they're called Pentel Fude Touch sign pens in Japan, and everywhere else it's just called sign pen. Anyways, you can just type in any of these words and you will find these pens. I love them. I've been using them for 7 years. I learned hand lettering 7 years ago, and I bought some of these when I went on travel, like a big travel around the world for more than a year, and I wanted to document my travels on a travel journal. They are really great to work with because you can hand letter and have this calligraphy effect, but you can also just write with them, and again it gives you some texture and some variation in the lines and some variation in the color if you press harder or lighter. And it's great because the page just looks more naturally and effortlessly beautiful. organic. The brush tip has the perfect softness, but it's not too soft so that you lose control. The other good thing about these is that they have a wonderful range of colors, from light, soft, to cozy and warm, to dark and vibrant. These are my favorite colors that I use the most because they are cozy. So I'm sure you will find one or two colors that goes well with your style. I highly recommend this, especially if you're a beginner and especially if you don't know or just start to do hand lettering. Okay, next is the Kodomo no Kao Pochito 6 push button stamp. Basically, they are stamps. If you look for Pochito 6 stamps, you will find them. And so these stamps are tiny. I got my first one on the Hobonichi official website because they did a collab. I love these. There's a onigiri and bread and egg, cake and coffee and this, oh my god, this bento sausage, little body. I love the pre-inked stamps because it's no fuss. You can just stamp anywhere really easily. And what I love about these is that they have one different color for each stamp. So I got more. Because this year I want to track my moods with the stamps. So before I used to write down my moods, like emotions that I go through. But I think this year with the stamps it will be more fun. And this one is actually faces on octopus. So it's supposed to be octopus. I don't know. I don't see the... Maybe it's a squid. Oh. And a star. A fish star? Sea star? Star sea? Fish, starfish, starfish. Oh, I recommend these if you want to easily decorate any journal page. Like you don't want to draw, you don't want to spend time sticking all the ephemera and washi tape and stickers. Well, these stamps are good fillers. You can just pump like sparkles around the page and it's good to go. Next, we have a really basic date stamp. Yay! You can get this at any office supply store. I really like this because of that. I just love the sensation. I just love that it turns around and it's pre-inked and it's so satisfying. Can you hear that? Oh yeah. It's really practical if you don't use a dated journal, so any notebook. And it gives, again, this organic feel to your page. Also, it gives you a consistent look. I don't know, sometimes I don't like seeing the dates in my own handwriting that is in a different color on each page and different style. It's easy to find, it's affordable, it's pre-inked, and it will last for years because this one goes to 2032. So it goes for 12 years, 2021 to 2032. The only complaint I have with this is it takes time to dry. Hack, you stamp it and then you take basic tissue and you press on it and then you press again and again for like 3 or 5 times and it will be dry. Next favorite, washi tapes. I just love them so much. I could eat them. I won't though. The brand that I recommend is MT because they are really good quality. They last long and they don't unstick with time. So last year I really loved these ones. The color palette screams autumn and I love autumn colors and the season in general because it's so cozy. If you want to journal, I would just say that you can just start with 2. One of plain color and one with a pattern. What I would recommend you do is when you choose the one plain color and the one pattern, you make sure they go well together. So with these 5, I can do any combination. That's pretty, that's pretty, that's pretty, right? Yeah, that's pretty. Just choose your favorite color as a plain color and then find a pattern that goes well with your favorite color. And you're set. And on your journal, you can just layer them one on top of the other. And you got it. You got it. Okay, next, another sticky thing. The Furukawa paper deco seal flake stickers. Furukawa paper is a Japanese stationery brand that I love because I feel like they have innovative stationery items. Last year I discovered these ones, which are flake stickers, but they are just shaped like a card. So why do I recommend these? These ones are great to put on your page before your journal and to fill up the space. Their size is really standard and you can put it on as a vignette or a little moment, a little scene in your journal. It instantly makes your page more beautiful. And I love their designs. They collaborate with artists. So I have here a Mitsutama collaboration. I love Mitsutama. She's a Japanese artist. And I love these dogs and coffee. Oh my God, this is my life. Dogs and coffee. Where's that cat on it? Sorry. Next item is tape runner. This huge one. So what I usually use in my journals to stick stuff are these. Glue tape. The Norino is good. The Kokuyo ones are good. But these ones, these huge ones, are great, especially for junk journaling. Big stuff to stick on your journal. Packaging, gift wraps, like all the chunky stuff that you want to keep because you love the design, because they remind you of a good memory. They last so long and it's very satisfying. Because it's like a, I don't know, like a glue gun. Next we have the Traveler's Notebook clip. So this is from the Traveler's Company. It's just a brass clip to hold your pages open when you journal. This one I love because it leaves no trace on your paper. It's really taking care of your paper. Also, it looks so good and also you feel so fancy. This one, I have to admit, is a bit pricey. Like you have to commit to it. You have to love it. Otherwise, you can always go for a cheap plastic version. I have had this one, this plastic one, since I was 5 years old. The beginning of my journaling days. I mean, it's still holding pretty tight. If you can find a decent clip that doesn't damage your paper, go for anything. So we're down to the last two favorite stationery items for 2025. And I'm gonna present them to you at the same time because they kind of go together. Here we have the Traveler's Notebook weekly vertical inserts. And here we have the Hobonichi Hon. So these are really popular brands amongst the journaling community. So last year, what I decided to do was to use the Hobonichi Hon as a daily diary. I wrote how I felt, the highlights of the day, if I felt like it, any reflection, and I didn't put any pressure on myself to fill this up. So sometimes I would just write one word or two, and sometimes I just stuck a sticker, and that's it. And because there are already dates in it, you can backlog pretty easily. You don't have to leave some pages empty if you want to journal today, but you didn't for 2 days, you know? I really love the Tomoe River paper, the sound that it makes. And when you use wet media like watercolor, it becomes a little bit, it shrinks a little bit around the water and it gives that crispy sound. I love it. Then I chose to try the Traveler's Notebook weekly vertical layout to do a more like pretty layout of a proper journaling page. I chose the weekly because I didn't want to, again, put pressure on myself, so that I would just stick the memorabilia, the ephemera of the week, right or not in it. And it worked pretty well. The size is perfect for what you can collect actually in 1 week. What I personally like is also that with the dates and the hours and the lines inside of each page, you can actually have a pre-decorated background so that when you stick anything in it, it feels full. The size is perfect for sticking like tickets, theater tickets, concert tickets, or postcards in it without having to cut it. You can invest in them if you want, but for the traveler's notebook, you don't really have to buy the leather cover. You can just buy the inserts and try it out if you like it before investing in more. The Hobonichi Techo, same thing. You can just buy the insert without the cover or maybe the Hobonichi Han. And they also have smaller notebook size if you want to try the paper first. And they stand fountain pen really well. So those were my 10 favorite stationery items that actually help you journal. And if you have any other recommendation, please share with us. If you also believe in the power of self-care and journaling, you can subscribe to my channel and I'll make sure we have a great time. I hope you stick around. See you soon!